The day, this is kind of my new collection setup. This probably isn't going to stay, but I want to see what you guys think and if it looks better. Personally, to me, it looks nicer, but the problem is each shelf is going to fill up and I'm going to have to move things a lot quicker, a lot faster than I personally would have ever liked to. So let's get started with... So I organize things by kind of genres, or just or certain movies is like, okay, well, when I think of this movie, I go to this section, or when I think of this, blah, 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 I think that, da, 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 da. So this, this is an anime manga, this is manga, comics, and, just random geek books. So like Journal 3 is here. That's not a comic, but that's a geek book kind of. This is like my only manga that I own. That's a Shonen Jump. This is Batman Under the Red Hood, which actually is a movie inside there too. But it's here. Alien 3, Batman Ninja. Just comics and stuff, and just different types of comics and stuff, basically. And right here we got my autobiographies, or biographies, or whatever, books. So we got one for Billy Joel and some political figures. And then we got like my Western kind of novels, because I collect a lot of those type of stories, because I always like those type of stories. Also, they can get a lot darker if they go in book form instead of movie form. So, same thing with crime novels, which I have a whole section for. Only have 2, but I guarantee I'm going to get a lot more. And I'll kind of move my James Bond section over there, too, if I ever start collecting those books. Down here, it's just random books. More like just random novels. So we got Jurassic Park, Jaws. This is kind of just a random book. I haven't read this yet. Looks very good. I bought this at the Dollar Tree. I can't wait to read that one. And then we got Charlotte's Web, just random stuff. Then it moves into TV shows, because I actually own a lot more TV shows than I actually realized. So we got, so it goes to Blu-ray. So we got, Avatar, Batman. You got slide through Adventure Time, Animaniacs, Gravity Falls, Nickelodeon box sets. You got Gargoyles. A Firefly, Batman, the 60s, and then, Ed and Eddie here. So, you got some stuff here that's right here. And then you go over to here, and this is kind of my horror section. And when I think of horror, just kind of like Halloweenish type of stuff, I think of Stranger Things, so that's kind of here. You got Critters, you got Casper, Ghostbusters, Coraline. And with Coraline, I put Kubo, which I don't really think of that as a Halloween-ish movie. I kind of think of that as a Halloween-ish movie. Same thing with Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Edward Scissorhands, Sixth Sense. Kind of just movies that I think of when I think horror or Halloween or that type of stuff. And I just have that here. Of course, that's not all my horror section, but that's like the main stuff. So you go down here, and this is kind of my sci-fi action movies. So, you got E.T., 2001, A Space Odyssey, Jurassic Park, Seventh Samurai. I would count Jurassic Park as sci-fi. That's what I think of. And then you got Now Me See Me, which is kind of a heist movie. But it's here just because, you got Mortal Kombat, Live, Die, Repeat, Chronicle, Independence Day, Big Trouble in China, Tomb Raider, kind of my Godzilla movies too, which I only own like Godzilla 2014 and Mothra, the Rebirth trilogy. And then we got my anime collection, which is just really DBZ Broly, which is Dragon Ball Z if you don't know what I'm talking about. But it's easier just to say DBZ, so. And then we got some Studio Ghibli movies, and then we got Disney. We got a couple DVDs, mostly Blu-rays. But, that's what I mean when all my horror movies aren't here. I think Frankenweenie and Nightmare Before Christmas would go there. But Disney movies, I think Disney. So, I'm going to find it in Disney. Here's some of my albums here. But this is really just my... I put this random in here. But this is really my classic rock section. couple CDs I forgot to move, but it's kind of my classic rock music because that is my favorite type of music. And then down here you got some random stuff. Some of this may be considered classic rock, but like I don't think of it. I don't think of certain artists as classic rock. I just think like soft singers. So maybe I'll have a section for that eventually. But I've kind of filled this up already. So down here is kind of my animated movies. You got everything from like Fantastic Mr. Fox, Lego Movies, Ice Age, Book of Life, Anastasia. And then it's really more family movies because we got like Paddington 2, which, has some animation, but it's really a live action film. Secondhand Lions, the original Willy Wonka, just random movies that are family movies and animated stuff. I wouldn't put, I have Isle of Dogs down there. I don't even know if you call that a family movie, but it's down there because I think of that when I think animation. So, you got my, superhero movies, which is really just 4 DC animated movies and the 2017 Power Ranger movie. I know you can't really see it very well. It's really hard to see, but honestly, it's down there. It's really hard to see down there. And then you got just a random section. So these kind of movies that I really don't have a place for, but they're here. So you got Mrs. Doubtfire, Castaway, Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Fault in Our Stars, 42, The Jackie Robinson Story, American Graffiti, and Dark Crystal, which, if I ever had a fantasy section, that's where that would go. But I really don't own a lot of fantasies. So that's why I'm kind of on the fence about this. I just don't know where to put some of this stuff. And then you got my Home Alone collector set down there. So I don't know if it works. I don't know if I like it. It's very easy to find stuff. But like I said, if one section fills up, then everything's got to move down. But where is it going to move down to? Because it can't move down to the next shelf because they're all part of one big collection of stuff. And so it's going to be harder to build space for certain things. So I guarantee this is going to move. But yeah, I'm not going to take any advice like, well, you should have put this movie in this genre. Like I said, these movies are where, when I think of blah, 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 this is where it would be. So when I think of Jurassic Park, I think of sci-fi. Or just kind of like science-y type things. Because of the science, there's a lot of science involved with that movie. And so that's what I think of. When I think Star Wars, I think of sci-fi action, some samurai action. I know, some samurai is not the typical type of action movie, but that's what I think of when I think action movies. And that's probably the best action movie ever made, honestly. Next to Die Hard and Terminator 2, but I'm not gonna deny those movies aren't great. Or I am gonna deny that those movies aren't great because they are great. They're amazing. Some of the best ever made. And then I don't know. I just think Gremlins with Halloween. I don't know why. I don't even watch Gremlins at Halloween. I just think of that. I watch it more at Christmas time because it takes place at Christmas. I actually saw it in a theater at Christmas time, which was kind of cool. But I'm just kind of, I don't know. I'm on the fence about this. That's why I'm making this video. It's kind of want to know what you guys think, or whether you guys think I should keep it that way. I think it'd be really cool if I had better lighting over here to do videos in front of this section when I'm talking about movies, and then over here on this wall do videos about my collection over here, because my collection's over by there and you get to see a lot more of it, and then I think that'd be cool. I'm not really sure how that would work out though. Sometimes I have to record videos random places because, well, okay, I gotta make this video, but I'm at somewhere else right now, so I gotta make it. So I'm just gonna make it here right now at this location. So I don't know, but I'm thinking. That's kind of what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it that well, but that's kind of what it looks like. This section is going to be a mess for a while. We're going to get that shelf off the wall and get a cabinet in here, like I think I've said in another video. Yeah. Everything else is kind of just cleaning up right now. My room's kind of a mess. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to fix it up soon, and we're going to do some stuff to it. But, I really am contemplating the collection thing. I just don't know. I just don't know. There's it kind of zoomed in, and you kind of see some of the stuff there. Crime, Western, autobiographies, comics, manga, like nerd books, just random books, TV shows, and then over there you got some of my horror movies or Halloweenish type stuff, I just don't know. I don't know if it works. I really don't.